Hi. All right, my friends, we are going to dive into lesson 6 with EL. So I have a new game for us. It's Simon Says, but it's Simon Says with like a bird twist on it. So you know the rules of the game. Simon says and you have to do it. But if I don't say Simon Says and before I say what to do and you do it, you're out. So if I were to say Simon says, clap your hands. You clap your hands, right? Simon says, quack like a duck. Simon says, eat like a flamingo. You know that they go down and they spoon through the water. Pound holes like a woodpecker. I hope you didn't start jabbing your head because I didn't say Simon Says. Balk like a chicken. Sip nectar like a hummingbird. Simon Says, act like you're grabbing a fish like an eagle from the water with its talons, right? Awesome. We'll play Simon Says tomorrow as well. All right, my friends, I'm going to share my screen so that way you can see. Let's see. So I have a PowerPoint, like all of our other PowerPoints. I just gotta make sure that you guys can see it on the screen. There we go. Okay, friends, slideshow from the start. Learning target, grab your bow and arrows. All right, so first learning target. I can research information about different types of bird beaks using the text beaks. Fire. All right, grab another arrow, load your bow. I can explain the purpose of a hummingbird's beak using pictures and words. Awesome job. All right, so we are not in the classroom, but this activity was supposed to involve like a beach ball. It's kind of a vocabulary volleyball. So verbs are words that show an action. So you should have been able to watch the video prior to this about verbs. That way you kind of understand what verbs are. So verbs, we've talked about them before in class. They're action words, right? They're like to punch, to smile, to blink. They're action words. They're something that you do. So with this lesson, though, we're going to look at these 3 verbs. Hop in blue, peck in yellow, and take in green. So I've actually created up here, you can even see, hop, peck, take. Nice. So now let's look at hop. What is a stronger, what's another word, a synonym? So what we learned earlier today in skills block, what synonym, what word can be the same thing as hop but actually have a stronger meaning? What about, rather than hopping, what about to leap? What about leap? That would be a stronger version. Let's go to peck. Think about peck. What's another word that you can describe a bird pecking? What would a peck be? What about jab? The bird jabbed its beak through the fruit. And let's take a look at the last verb, take. Take, yeah. But what if the bird will take an ant from the ground? Or what if this bird snatched an ant from the ground? Right? So we're thinking about words and we're thinking about the different intensities. So we could use hop, but we could also use leap. We could use peck, but for stronger meaning, we could say jab, right? Jab. And we could use take, or we could also use snatch. I like snatch. If you guys were to write me a story, I would love for you to use this word. The bird snatched the fruit off of the tree. So vocabulary volleyball. Think about the strength of the verb. So these are just the second verbs that I showed you. Leap, jab, and snatch. Good job, guys. All right, take a look at that learning target. I'm gonna move my little face down so that way we can read. So grab another bow, load it in your arrow. Grab your arrow, load it in your bow. There we go. I can research information about different types of birds, bird beaks, using the text beaks. Awesome. So the question in yellow, if you take a look, what does the beak look like? What does the beak look like? We are going to focus on pages 5, 6, and 9 today. So I will open it up to page 5. Long beaks. So let's see, you probably can't see too much of it, but I attached the video, so I do want you to re-watch the book one more time, so that way you know what page we're talking about. So it says, long beaks probe. Long beaks probe. What? Let's see. Long beaks probe. Let's actually use this. Stop sharing this. I'm going to go to share screen. Go to my iPivo, which is the document camera. Here we go, guys. There you go. Long beaks probe. So let's actually take a look at that hummingbird. Ooh, look at that beauty. Look at how long its beak is. Let's take a look at the heading, the illustration, the picture. Remember the picture and the heading. Long beaks probe. So what do you think this beak does? Probably probes. And if you take a look at the beak and the picture, that's what it means to probe. Probe means it's going to stick its beak into that flower. So it says, long, thin bills help hummingbirds reach the energy-rich nectar they need to survive. Different bills, bills, also a beak, so we can refer to a bill and beak together. Different bills fit different shapes of flowers. The white-tipped sicklebill hummingbird inserts its long curved bill into the opening of a heliconia flower. With its long tube-like tongue, the bird drinks up the heliconia's sweet syrup and then zooms away to the next flower. Look at that. So if we take a look at our, let's see. I'm going to stop share. Oh, hopefully you guys can see this. Play from current slide. Yes, so you should be able to see this. Our question, our learning target is, I can research information about different types of bird beaks using the text beaks. So what does the beak look like? So if we look back at page 5, we're just going to think long, pointy, and sharp, right? So now let's go to page 6. 6 is going to look like this. Oh, take a look at that bird. What is that birdie called? Yes, a bald eagle is our national bird, actually. So it says hooked. The illustration was the picture. Took a good look at that. Now let's take a look at the heading. Hooked beaks terror. Eagles. Eagles and other birds of prey are hunters, and their beaks are designed to help them eat flesh. Bald eagles feed mostly on fish. They fly low over a lake or stream and snatch their prey with their long talons. An eagle takes its fish to a perch or nest. Then the bird uses its sharp hooked beak to strip away the fish's scaly skin and pick the meat off its bones. Ooh. So if we go back over here, it says, I can research information about using different types of bird beaks using the text beaks. So look at the yellow box. What does this beak look like? So tell me, what does that beak look like? Curved. Maybe it's sharp. It's yellow, the color of it. All right, and page 9. Page 9, take a look at the illustration, our picture, our beautiful picture of these birds. So it says, or sturdy and strong. So I don't quite know because it just started with or, sturdy, or strong. So let's actually look at this page. Beaks are made light. Okay, so they're made light or sturdy and strong. So on this page, they're talking about sturdy and strong beaks. On this page, they're talking about beaks that are light. So we're gonna focus on this page. Woodpeckers. Woodpeckers use their sturdy, pointed beaks. You can see they're pointed to pound, drill, or tear into wood as they search for insects. Some, such as the acorn woodpecker, chip away holes where they store acorns and seeds. Fortunately, a woodpecker's skull is reinforced with extra thick bone. This keeps the bird from getting brain damage while it is woodpecking away. So, going back to our slides, what does the beak look like? What does that beak look like? It is sturdy, it's pointed, it's thin, it's not a big beak. Look at this toucan beak. Huge, right? Look at these little baby beaks. Not big at all. Do you think a toucan? Think about that. If that beak was light and it was trying to drill holes to get the store their acorns and seeds, no way, Jose. They'd probably break their beak. It's like breaking a nail, but breaking a beak for a bird. All right, let's go back. Let's see. Oh, can you still see me? Yes. So now we're going to go back to our slide. We're going to share it. All right, what types of beaks do the headings describe? So we're looking at the same pages. So we're going to look at the hummingbird, the eagle, and the woodpecker. What three birds? Hummingbird, eagle, woodpecker, 5, 6, and 9. So what types of beaks do the headings describe? So the headings, let's go back to our document camera. There we go. All right, page 5, hummingbird. We're gonna start with this bad boy first. What do the, what did it say? What do the titles? Ah, that's not it. Here we go. What types of beaks do the headings describe? What types of beaks do the headings describe? All right, long beaks probe. What is this heading describing? That this long beak inserts its beak or bill into the flower to probe. Page number 6, hooked beaks tear. What in the world do you think this is going to be about? Yeah, probably that hooked beaks. So you see how there's a curve? Hooked beaks, they tear. What do they tear? What is this beak tearing? The flesh. Poor fishy. Oh, rest in peace. Sorry, I'm sorry, fish. And page 9, or sturdy and strong. Think they're talking about weak beaks, light beaks that break? No, they're beaks that are sturdy and strong. Let's see, let's play from current slide. Awesome. All right, bird experiences anchor charts. All right, friends, so let's take a look at our T-chart. What do you think about birds? So you can pause the video. If you're near someone, you can talk to them. What do you guys think about birds? The more that we've been learning about birds, are you fascinated? Are you like, my gosh, I have never known this much about birds in my whole entire life? I don't think I have. I'm learning with you guys. What about the next part of the anchor chart? Has anyone in your family had experiences with birds? So let's think about the 3 birds that we are talking about today: hummingbirds, eagles, and woodpeckers. Have you ever had any experience with them? Pause the video. You can talk maybe to someone around you. Maybe you just want to talk in front of the screen, thinking that I'm listening. I am listening. If you talk, I'm listening from far, far away. So some experiences that I've had before, hummingbirds. My friend actually, she lives up in Florence. Well, I guess it's not up, it'd probably be down in elevation, and it's west of Pueblo. So she has a hummingbird feeder right in front of her kitchen window, and it's really cool because I took some pictures. Maybe I'll have to upload them on the website. Eagles, I've seen a real life eagle on the side of the road. I was driving back from Steamboat and I stopped and I took a picture. And woodpeckers, I have seen a woodpecker in the wild. It was not the flicker that flicks on our chimney, but a woodpecker out in the wild. I did see one, and I might actually have that picture. I'll have to scan through my photos. Oh no, hold on. I think, oh, we missed this slide. So Talon and Perch. So think about Talon, think about Perch. Let's put our hand on our chin. Let's say the first word, Talon. Talon, Talon, Talon. So I Googled it. You guys can define Talon. And when I did it, it was like this. It looked a little like this. T-A-L-O-N. So this is how you spell it, and this is how you sound it out. So the first syllable is tal, second syllable is on, talon. Just think about it, talon. What is a talon? Talon. A talon, a sharp curved claw of a bird or animals. So it doesn't even have to just pertain to birds. It could be maybe another animal has a sharp claw. Talons, think about your talons. Gotta clip your talons, gotta make sure there's no dirt under your talons. And let's think of a sentence for talon. Talon. I wrote a sentence right here for you guys. Mine, I put the peregrine's talons were as sharp as a razor. So a few lessons ago, we actually talked about similes. So similes compare two different things using the word like or as. So I used a simile. The peregrine's talons were as sharp as a razor. So yeah, crazy. And the next word we have is perch. It looked like this when I defined it. There were no dots. That means that there's just how many syllables? One. Put your hand on your chin. Say perch. Perch. My chin only dropped one, so there's one syllable. Perch. Those of you who want to see the scoop. Ooh, yeah, one scoop. One syllable. Perch. So to perch is to sit on a twig or branch. When I looked it up, that's what it said. But if you recall from the book, on here it says, on page 6, an eagle takes its fish to a perch or nest. So a perch can also be something that they sit on. So like a light pole, that would be a perch for them. It's not technically their nest. A nest is where they lay eggs, maybe they sleep, but a perch is just something that they kind of like hang out for a while. They perch. So we could say the eagle takes its fish to a perch or nest. Awesome. Let's go to the next few slides. So, let's go. Oh yes. Have you had experiences? I want to hear about those experiences. I want you to talk with your family about those experiences that you've had with birds, a hummingbird, an eagle, or a woodpecker. And if not, it's all right. You're in first grade. You're still new to life. You're still going to have some experiences. Trust me, I'm recalling back to first grade, I don't think I saw that many birds. Probably a hummingbird. I knew what an eagle was, but I never saw in first grade a woodpecker. Not until I was older and went hiking out in the woods. All right, so let's take a look at this chart. How do birds use their beaks to survive? Let's look at this first box. What is your research question? And this one says, what information do you need? What is your research question and what information do you need? So let's see, our research question, it could be, how do birds use their beaks their beaks to survive. How? How do you think they use their beaks to survive? So beaks equal survival, right? Beaks to survival. That's what you want to think about. Beaks to survival. Why? How? How can we connect these two words together? Their beaks to their survival. And what information do you need? So beaks to survival. The information, if I needed information, I'd probably ask, how does the beak help the bird survive? So how it does it? I'm gonna put how, right? How, and maybe the description of the beak. I would like to know what the beak can do, maybe if it's the functionality of it, and what type of bird has that beak. So maybe even thinking a little bit deeper, like, so what kind of birds have those types of beaks? Like, think about water birds. Water birds all have larger beaks. Think about a flamingo, a mallard to dabble in the water. Skimmers, their beaks are fit for them because they live in that environment. They live near water, or they're in water like 24/7, you know? So let's actually, let's take a look at how do birds use their beaks to survive. So bird, let's make a little column. You don't have to do this. You can just watch. Bird. We're gonna list the bird. We are going to list how they survive. All right, so for now, we're just gonna do bird and survive. Bird and survive. So we are talking about a hummingbird. Hummingbird. All right, so how does the hummingbird survive? If I turn back, I am so sorry, guys. I really wish you had a book in front of you. A hummingbird, it says long beaks probe, right? Long beaks probe. So I could go back to my document camera. All right, long beaks probe. How does it help them survive? It reaches energy, nectar they need to survive. So basically food, it's their food source, right? It reaches food. Reaches food. It reaches food. Think about a baby. Babies are dependent on their mothers because they can't walk up to the refrigerator and cut up some broccoli and then boil it. They can't. They need someone to help them do that. But hummingbirds, on the other hand, they have this long beak or bill, and it reaches food in order to survive. Now, let's think about an eagle. Let's flip the page. An eagle uses its hooked beak to tear. So how does its beak help it survive? Well, it says that they are designed to help them eat flesh. They eat flesh, so they eat food. Tears flesh, right? Tears flesh. So it eats food. That one eats food. That one eats food. And the last page, our woodpecker. Our woodpecker, what does it do? What does it do in order to survive? Our woodpecker uses their sturdy pointed beaks to pound, drill, and tear into wood as they search for insects. So they search for what? Food, which is their insects. They search for insects, which is food. They search for insects. Let's put food. We'll keep the food theme. Search for food. Look at that. So, bird, we talked about a hummingbird. It needs its beak to reach food in order to survive. We talked about a bird. A bird tears flesh of food. We'll put that, of food, to survive. And a woodpecker searches for food. Put an ES, searches for food in order to survive. I know it. You know it. We all know it. All right, friends. We have one more learning target. Check it out. All right, let's grab an arrow, load your bow. I can explain the purpose of a hummingbird's beak using pictures and words. Awesome. So, what do you think we're going to be learning here? You think we're going to be talking about cows and chickens? No, we are going to be talking about what kind of birds? Hummingbirds. Hummingbirds. I can explain the purpose of a hummingbird's beak using pictures or words. All right, let's take a look. Let's actually go back to this picture. Let's look at that beak. Beautiful beak. How can we describe that beak? How can we describe that beak? It looks pointed, it looks sharp. It looks very sharp. It looks long, like it could reach into a very deep flower. All right, friends, so hummingbird beak. Add a detailed hummingbird beak to the silhouette below. So it has the bird body, we just need to add the beak, but we're gonna do it a little bit differently since we don't have our workbooks. This is what is the purpose of the beak? What is the purpose of the beak? So I'm gonna, I can't even speak right now. I'm gonna show you my document camera once more. We are going to grab our composition notebook, our handy dandy composition notebook, and it looks like I'm gonna be on the left-hand page. I'm gonna be on the left-hand page. If I can find my pencil. All right, so I'm gonna put EL. I'm gonna label it 3/31 because today is March 31st. It's the last day of the month. I hope you still know what day of the week it is. All right, so with this, we're actually going to, write our sentence frame first. So in the slideshow, it says, what is the purpose of the beak? So I'm gonna write, remember, we're just gonna put the words from the question back in the answer. So the purpose. Let's read it one more time. What is the purpose of the beak? The purpose of the beak. The purpose of the beak, because it's like, what is the purpose of the beak? And you're like, hey, the purpose of the beak, skip lines, is to, and then I'm gonna go back to the book because I want to use evidence. Remember, this is how we know that it's for sure true. Let me read it to you one more time, my friends. Long beaks probe hummingbirds. Long, thin bills help hummingbirds reach the energy-rich nectar they need to survive. Different bills fit different shapes of flowers. The white-tipped sickle-bill hummingbird inserts its long, curved bill into the opening of the heliconia flower. With its long tube-like tongue, the bird drinks up the heliconia sweet syrup and then zooms away to the next flower. So the purpose of the beak is to, you tell me, what should I write? The purpose of the beak is to, I think I'm going to write, to reach, I'm actually even going to use the book, to reach energy rich nectar. The purpose of the beak is to reach energy rich nectar, which helps the bird, what kind of bird? We'll write it, the hummingbird survive. I may have went a little bit too fast for you, friends. So if you need to, please stop the video. I would like you to write your sentence frame, which is the purpose of the beak. And then this is going to be the answer, is to reach energy-rich nectar, which helps the hummingbird survive. So pause video, make sure you have this written down. Once you do, we're then going to go on to drawing the bird. So let's see, I'm going to try to do this. Oh my goodness, look at that. We have all kinds of different slides. So I'm going to draw a hummingbird. It might not look too much like a hummingbird. That's all right. We're going to try our best, right? Somewhat looks like a hummingbird. Ooh, hummingbird looks like it's quarantined with me. It's eating all the snacks. I've been eating a lot of snacks, friends. It's not good when you're able to access the fridge 24/7. So here's the hummingbird body. I want you, I guess you'll have to draw the whole hummingbird itself, is add a little beak to it. And I'm pretty sure I attached a bird drawing video, and I'm going to make sure that it is a hummingbird, okay? So if you would like, use the video beneath this video to draw the hummingbird, okay? You can even give it tiny little feet. And there is a really fun fact about hummingbirds. I heard that hummingbirds actually, they don't flap their wings. Let's see, so they don't flap their wings. They actually make a figure 8 with their wings. So draw an 8 with both hands. Let's see, 8, go up and down. So kind of like the infinity symbol. Now do that to the side. That's what they do. And so that's why they're able to hover, because they have, rather than flapping up, think about it. When they flap, they push the air beneath them. And so when they go up, if their bill was in the flower and they had to flap up, they would probably end up like drinking it and then go, oh, whoops. So they basically flap. They flap figure 8. They do a figure 8 motion to stay in place. And then they drink. They're like, ooh, yep, I like this nectar. Awesome. Bye, guys.